Welcome to the season 1 finale of Alien Worlds Lab. I'm your host, David Lee, and we have a lot of exciting information to cover today, including a season 1 recap, awesome news about our upcoming Coinbase wallet integration, a DAO teaser, and much more. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss this episode. What a show we have planned for today. But first, let's kick it off with a fun way for you to win Alien Worlds NFTs. You have until the end of the show to submit a short description of what the terrain might look like on any of Alien World's 6 physical planets. All you have to do is submit your short description along with your Wax wallet address in the chat before the end of the show, and you will be rewarded with an Alien Worlds NFT. We might even read your entry on the air. And speaking of NFTs, as everyone knows, we've recently revamped our entire NFT system. And here's David Elvion to share more about that with us now. Hello, everyone. We are happy to be joined today by Alien Worlds Product Support Manager, David Elvion. How are you doing today, David?
Hi, David. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
Well, we're happy to have you on, mate. I know that we've been trying to track you down for a while, and we finally both have some time to squeeze this in. So what better time than now to talk a little bit about Alien Worlds and the new NFT system? Do you care to talk a little bit about what it is that you do here for the company?
Sure, gladly. So I'm in charge of the ticket side of support, which means I coordinate requests and bug reports with the different specialist teams like engineering or social, and also make sure all support requests are properly taken care of. As well, I work with the product team on future products to make sure feedback from the community is heard in this process. So you will sometimes see me lurking in Discord or Telegram, and at times comment at things or put some reaction emoji on things.
That's awesome. So it's good to know that there is a David Elvion out there searching for bugs and making sure the game is running smoothly. And of course, like you said, you check in with the community. Seems like you're everywhere, mate. And you do a fine job of keeping up with everything. And so after much anticipation, the new NFT system was recently released. Do you kind of care to explain to the audience how the new system works?
Sure thing. So the new NFT system, you can think of it as a foundation that other features will be built on top of in the future. And it really simply just works by giving users the ability to mine NFT points by using the right combination of tools and land to maximize the NFT power stat in the mining setup. So mining setup, you have up to 3 tools. You have a land that you mine on, and that determines then if you combine all those together, what your total NFT power is, and that will be your NFT points that you get per mine.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I love the new level system as well. Totally gamifies the process. And do you care to talk a bit more about the offers and kind of how that adds another strategic layer to the game?
The offers in the redeemable NFT section, they are basically NFTs that can be redeemed in exchange for NFT points. And the offers will be changed periodically after 1 month. But that's not to say that there won't be any sudden surprise offers in the future. And I would keep a close eyes on the offers, as interesting things might pop up there when you least expect it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So everybody stay tuned to the offers because you never know what you're going to see in there. I love seeing the chats as well. There's so much strategy going on around the offers. You know, should I grab this tool now, or should I redeem now? Should I wait? You know, it's awesome to kind of see that going on and those types of conversations taking place in the chat. What is your current mining setup, David?
So I'm currently using a gold Traxxas X, a stone processing ring, and a stone Gaussian attractor. So I'm really going all in on the NFT points, getting my rank up, getting ready for that perfect offer to come along and then just hit it.
And I'm sure it will at some point, mate. Yeah, I'm using a gold barrel digger, a Traxxas axe, and an Artunian shovel. So I have a little bit more of a balanced build, but yeah, I'm enjoying kind of accumulating the Trillium and the NFT points at the same time. Best of both worlds is what I call my build.
Right on.
And so thanks so much for your time today, David. Before we wrap this up, do you have anything that you would like to say to the players out there?
Sure do. So there's a reason why there are minions and weapons on offer right now. And I know I'm getting my collection completed as soon as possible before people catch on to this. And that's all I will say about that.
Thanks, David. So you guys heard it here first from David Elvion. Get those minions and weapons while you still can. David Elvion, thanks so much for your time today. Truly appreciate it, mate.
Thank you, David.
You heard it from David Elvion, folks. What are you waiting on? Get those NFT tools out and start claiming those rewards today. And now, let's kick it over to Norris Norrington with this month's MNN News segment.
What ho, explorers! I'm Norris Norrington, and this is Metaversal Nighttime News coming to you practically live from the Explorer Station. Our top story tonight. More than 50 teleportoises have been found dead on a beach on Veles. The rotting carcasses were discovered in the early hours by a dog walking his man. Blame is already firmly pointed at Spritzum and Blitzum, the interglobal corporation behind renowned interstellar perfumes such as Stinkito and Eau de Popo. An undercover investigation by MNN uncovered illegal hunting and slaughtering of local teleportoises by these nefarious perfumiers. Locals and tourists at the popular beauty spot have been driven away by the stench of the endangered animal's temporal fluid glands. Yet the same odor is used in the top-selling perfume ranges on planet Neri. Go figure. And in a change to our scheduled item, I can bring you a scandalous exclusive surrounding the Galactic Hub's grants announcements. One of the metaverse's most respected and talented inventors has been snubbed. This is my show, and the people need to hear the truth. As I was saying, the metaverse's most respected and talented inventor has been snubbed. Snubbed, I say, by the Galactic Hub's judging panel when his genius grant application was rejected. In a moment of bizarre misjudgment, the panel deemed the proposal for a diamond-encrusted space Lambo to be, and I quote, of no practical use. What, I ask you, dear viewer, could possibly be more useful than a space Lambo with diamonds all over the flagging thing? It beggars belief. Well, all I can say is, whichever of you little smarty pants who wins that Galactic Hub's grant money, I want my cut. Anyway, that's your news. If anyone's interested, I have 2 crates of Stinkito going for a discount price. Call me. And remember, if you want yogurt, you've got to give the cow a good shake. We now go to Manus McDonald with the weather.
Alright, well there's currently a heatwave going on Veles, which is great for beachgoers. Just don't come here, because these carcasses behind me stink worse than a 3-week rotten haggis. I don't know why we're filming here. I'm the weatherman, not the blooming feed reporter. I bet Norris has something to do with it. He's been salty ever since the TLMS. Paid bastard. Anyway, enjoy the beautiful weather, Venetians.
Thanks for the update, Norris. You never know what that crazy Norris is going to be up to. But now it's time for our month-long competition. You have until the end of the month of August to submit a new character for our MNN News segment. Just make sure it's a female character. Draw it, design it, it really doesn't matter. Submit it in our official Discord along with your Wax wallet address. And at the end of the month, the winner will win a Gladeborg disc. So put on those thinking caps, get those creative juices flowing, and drop those best entries in our Discord. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors and Alien Worlds in the News segment. Welcome to Alien Worlds in the News. I'm David Lee. we have a couple of awesome pieces of information to cover today, including our very own Sarojini McKenna was recently interviewed by MSNBC at NFT NYC, and also jobs in the metaverse. Let's hop into it. And we'll kick it off with this extremely mainstream piece of news. Our very own Sarojini McKenna was recently interviewed by MSNBC at NFT NYC. Let's take a look.
So there's two kind of distinct types of NFTs, collectibles and utility NFTs. And the biggest application of utility NFTs that we've seen so far is within gaming. NFTs that have utility within a game are actually read by the game, so you use your NFT to play. It's a place where you have control and power because you co-own the tokens. And that is the difference between Web 3, which is this new era, and Web 2, which is centralized platforms where as a consumer, all you ever are is somebody who's selling your information to the platform owners. The technology is still so new and we're still so obviously developing it all the time that our community really is standing alongside us whilst we and they develop this together.
So there you have it, folks. Alien Worlds is going mainstream, and as if that wasn't enough, Yahoo Finance recently interviewed Sarojini also for their 10 do's and some don'ts to Ace Your Metaverse job interview article. The metaverse might be a nascent space, but job opportunities are abound. There are even websites dedicated to the space such as metaversejobs.com, which lists employment positions that run the gamut from engineering, marketing, design, product, sales, and community. Indeed, JP Morgan, which became the first bank to launch a lounge in the metaverse, said in a report that the space will likely infiltrate every job sector in some way in the coming years, with total market opportunity estimated at more than $1 trillion in yearly revenues. In turn, job opportunities in the metaverse will be boundless, the bank said. Jumping ahead to Sarojini's quotes. As for interviewing in the metaverse, some experts argue that we already have been through a trial run of metaverse life skills, including job interviews, during the pandemic, as many Americans are already working virtually, coordinating over Slack, conducting meetings via Zoom, and generally interacting with our business colleagues through digital systems. No matter the setting, you need to be professional, polite, and considerate with your colleagues, as well as good at picking up facial and body language cues during work calls. Sarojini McKenna, co-founder of NFT Metaverse Alien Worlds, told Go Banking Rates. Bearing this in mind, I suspect the same will be true for when we fully immerse ourselves into careers in the metaverse. Perhaps it will be a little different if our avatars are wholly different from our real self, she said. McKenna believes the same factors are still very much in play concerning job interviews, and that some central concepts will likely never change, including being prepared and learning as much as you can about the company. You need to be considerate, as well as a good communicator. In fact, verbal communication skills will probably be even more important in the metaverse, because the digital representation of ourselves might not be accurate enough to reflect body language and other social cues, McKenna said. Sticking with the basics like this, no matter the setting, metaverse or otherwise, will always be helpful. What a segment. That's all for Alien Worlds in the News. I'm David Lee, and now back to the studio. Can you guys smell that? I think DAOs are in the air. Having said that, I am very excited to bring you our next segment with product lead, Brendan Sullivan. Hello, everyone. We are happy to be joined today by product lead, Brendan Sullivan. How's it going, Brendan?
This is going great, David. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you too, mate. Before we get started with this quick interview, do you mind talking a little bit about what it is that you do here for the company?
Not at all. For Alien Worlds, I'm leading the product organization. And what that means is kind of reach out to everyone, the project leads, make sure that the strategy is well understood, and then I turn that into a roadmap and communicate that roadmap throughout the company. Then we use kind of a combination of agile and lean methodologies to enable coordination between engineering, the game developers, the blockchain experts, and the product operations folks to deliver against that roadmap.
So in addition to managing the product, it sounds like lots of communication goes on in your department.
Lots and lots of meetings, you know.
That's very exciting stuff. Can you explain to the audience, because I know the next release is at this time is planned to be the DAO. And so do you care to talk a little bit about like what a DAO actually is for those who are unfamiliar?
Yeah, it's a hard concept to wrap your head around. It's a little bit more difficult than an NFT, but I'll give it a shot. First of all, DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. And that's a mouthful, but what it means is, you know, it enables a group of strangers to collectively make decisions and organize any kind of activity that they want to, usually one that requires a distribution of funds. So it uses blockchain technology, tokens, smart contracts, NFTs to facilitate that kind of organization.
Very nice. I've actually seen some articles lately as well about communities, like local communities here in the U.S. actually forming DAOs and you know, seeing how those can, you know, benefit everyone mutually. So
that's right. We're at the bottom of the mountain here, and DAOs we believe are going to be the next big thing in crypto.
Yeah, I think so as well. Great explanation, Brendan. Appreciate that. And so having so the DAO will tie all this together. And so why is governance such an important aspect to Alien Worlds?
Well, DeCoco, the company for which Alien Worlds is a project, you know, my company, was one of the early architects and cheerleaders for DAOs 4 or 5 years ago. And so DAOs are always going to be important to Alien Worlds. And what we see is that by organizing, we have 6 planets, organizing these 6 planets around DAOs is an inevitable extension of the mining game and the missions game. And it's going to really be finally what makes it a DeCoco game, because we are very in the middle of the DAO market.
I think so as well. You know, you have the mining game now, which allows people from all over the world to participate and earn, and you know, and earn. And then this DAO aspect actually ties it all together. It will allow, you know, people even without much of a voice or who don't feel like they have a voice to have a voice and to actually participate in something and, you know, have an impact on that as well.
Well, that's right. And that's the most exciting thing. DAOs enable people to collaborate. And so if you don't have a voice, you can team up with more people with a similar ambitions than you in what we usually see as guilds. Well, guilds can become DAOs, and the DAO technology enables them to actually realize their power as a voting bloc.
And speaking of voting, how can players get involved in governance?
Well, pretty much you in Alien Worlds, we have 6 planets. You visit a planet and then you stake, you know, meaning that you invest, take some of your Trillium and convert it into the planetary token. The more you stake, the higher your voting power. And through your voting, then you can elect people to become custodians. And so if a group of people vote for somebody to become a custodian, then that person is going to represent their interests when it comes to making decisions for the planet.
And I think that's where that ties in, like you said, you know, finding like-minded people, searching out candidates that have similar interests as you, and then supporting those candidates, or just running yourself, you know.
That's absolutely right. And when you run for office, you actually create a candidate profile. Each of the planets has their own constitution. And when we have elections on the planets, candidates will be running the same way that you might see them in your local communities.
I can't wait to see the debates, Brendan.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy. We're so excited for it.
Are there any limitations as to what can be done with the planetary treasuries?
There really isn't, as long as, you know, the treasuries are going to be governed by custodians, and custodians are going to be the winners of these elections I was just telling you about. And once, you know, custodians will have to have multiple custodians vote on the distribution of any token, but that payment could be for any activity. So there's really no limitations besides the fact that the community, as expressed through the DAO, has decided to allocate those resources.
I think that's one of the aspects that's so enticing about governance, because you have, you know, the council can decide to reward players, reward miners, reward stakers, or take it outside the game and find some human interest projects that everyone's mutually interested in and fund that. You know, it's limitless.
That's absolutely right. The obvious things to think about would be like, you know, using NFTs to attract more miners to the planet to benefit the economy of the planet. But they can throw a party and pay for it through their tokens if they want to as well. We'll have to see what they do.
A party sounds nice. I guess at the end of the day, what you're trying to say is the power will truly lie with the players once all of this rolls out.
And that's what excites us about the DAOs.
Absolutely. Me as well. Brendan, thanks so much for your time today. Before we wrap this up, do you have anything that you would like to share with the community?
Well, thank you everybody for playing the game. We really appreciate it. We have a lot of fun making it, and keep sending us the feedback. We use it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Sullivan, product lead at Elvion Worlds. Thanks for your time today, Brendan.
Thank you, David. Nice to meet everyone.
Since this is the Elvion Worlds Live Season 1 finale, what better time than now to take a look at some of the best moments from Season 1. Having said that, Mr. Producer, please roll that footage. Andre Cordier-Matret, how are you doing today, Andre?
It's pleasure to be on board, Captain.
Pleasure to have you on board the ship here.
So it's really nice to see also like a lot of these requests actually come from the community as well. I mean, there's always like wish lists that we may have internally, but a lot of them are like, oh yeah, a lot of people want this.
With blockchain, and particularly what we're doing in the scale we're doing it, no one's done it before. We are really trailblazers. The stability is so much better now, and the monitoring is so much better now. It takes a while to rebuild these things, but the end result is you have a much more stable architecture from all the top all the way down to the bottom.
Hey everyone, this is Stacy from Elvion Worlds. We're at Game Developers Conference.
Hey guys, it's Max with Elvion Worlds.
Check this out. This is one of our swag items, a flag.
Where do you think like NFTs and the metaverse is going?
I think they're going to go everywhere, which is, I think, exciting for us and terrifying for other people. But I think we'll see this technology pervading almost all gaming and branding experiences in the future, which is really wild. And I think it hasn't caught up with people.
Awesome. So Galactic Hubs, yeah, we've been working on this for super long time. Super excited to be able to finally talk about it publicly. Galactic Hubs consists of a few different programs. The first one is rewards for community members. So if you're active and engaged in Elvion Worlds, there's also just grants. So if you're like a developer and you want to extend aspects of the metaverse, super excited to share this announcement today.
That is exciting because there's so many great ideas in the community, and people are always kind of kicking around, things that they would do. And now there might be a possibility for them to actually, get some funding for that and make those ideas a reality instead of just ideas. Very exciting stuff.
Welcome, explorers, to the first annual Galactic Hubs Award Ceremony.
Beaming to you from the Explorer Station high above planet Neyron, Galactic Hubs invites you to the Guardian Awards.
All right, taking home a gold badge and 1,500 trillium, we have Soul Crazy Sword. You rock.
Hello friends, my name is Sullivan, and I am incredibly happy to be one of the winners in this competition. Yay! Thank you for everything. I'm glad to be part of the Elvion Worlds community.
We truly appreciate all that you do out in the Elvion Worlds metaverse, making it a better place. Just get busy out there in the metaverse. We see you.
Stay metaverse, everybody.
CryptoMonkeys uses a one-of-a-kind distribution system, so even new players have a chance at winning some NFTs. And I thought about writing something on the whiteboard.
Even if it just said something cool, I think it would have been pretty cool.
Can we cut and do this again?
So can you? Yeah, definitely one of the more popular projects in this space. I've got to tip my hat to you guys as to how much success you've had, really. I mean, I haven't come across an Alien Worlds player that's not aware of CryptoMonkeys and what you guys are doing over there. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, and Wax was really like the only suitable place for us in terms of just being able to do things in an affordable way, especially with something free. You want to make sure that we're not killing ourselves to put it out there.
Look at him go! Ripper! Get yourself down to McGowan 26.9 for the Wax Warriors Surf Festival and a chance to win Art by Hutto NFTs.
Our bespoke meditation courses work in perfect symbiosis with your countdowns, empowering you to turn waiting into meditating. Reboot your mind and come back as your authentic self. Mindfulness. Dig deeper.
There's a place in the Alien Worlds metaverse where peace and love are combining to bring you NFTs.
Currently, there is much anguish amongst the good dwarves, as after the ferocious battle of Magor, wherein at last and finally he vanquished the prime evil known as Drenfall.
Peace treaties were drawn up between the Red Dwarf Wizard and the most eminent Nordics. The dwarves, however, were in for a surprise.
There's a legend on Narren about a vast repository of knowledge whose location has long been lost.
Last month, we asked you to design a new Alien Worlds character or tool, and here's some of the spectacular entries that you uploaded to our Discord channel. There once was a guy from Neyron who couldn't decide which mission to go on. He clicked on them all and then felt kind of small when he noticed the deadline had just gone. Today we are traveling we're reporting from the Explorer Station, high above Cavion today, it looks like. So if you're on Cavion, please give me a big wave.
Cavion? Again? Damn it, Janet, we're supposed to be metaversal nighttime news, not the Times of Cavion. Who's sponsoring this cockamamie outfit? The Cabal? And they're not paying me enough, and we're live! Broadcasting to you from the Explorer Station. This concoction is fantastic at warding off allergies. And it's a devilish aphrodisiac too, believe me. That's it from me, Explorers. And remember, if you take a donkey to a seance, never mention ears.
How are you? Well, it's wet here. It's wet there. It's wet everywhere. It's sporty. Sporty today, sporty tomorrow, sporty all month. Anyway, that's all I got for you.
And until next time, Explorers, take care of yourself and each other. Coinbase is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States. Having said that, I am very excited to bring you our next segment, a brief interview with Max Infeld, Alien Worlds product lead and community strategist. Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to be joined today by Max Infeld, product manager and community strategist for Alien Worlds. How you doing today, Max?
Oh, so good. Great to be here, David.
Thanks for taking a little bit of time to join us. And I know what we're going to talk about today is an upcoming feature, not quite ready yet, but will be in the near future, Coinbase wallet integration. Can you tell the audience a little bit about Coinbase?
Yeah, so Coinbase is one of the biggest platforms for buying, selling, and trading crypto. Many users over there. Traditionally, Coinbase has been known for that, but now they have pivoted into a their NFT platform, which is really interesting and worth checking out. Then they also have a non-custodial wallet. So they're not holding your crypto; you can be holding it on your own wallet. They support the BNB blockchain, which we have a couple of products on, and so we're excited to be able to integrate with them finally.
Yeah, definitely one of the most recognizable names in this space. So very exciting to be partnering up with them. And so how will this new wallet integration work?
Yeah, so our users and prospective Coinbase users will be able to, go to play.alienworlds.io, and log into either of our products, the teleport or the missions game, which is very exciting for everyone in the metaverse.
Accessibility is the name of the game, Max, and it sounds like that's exactly what we're doing here. And so you mentioned the integration, and so this will work with MetaMask for Alien Worlds missions?
Oh yeah, certainly. So the users will be able to go back and forth, use their MetaMask, go to the Coinbase wallet, and vice versa. Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. Max, thanks so much for taking a moment to come on and tease this today. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the community before we wrap this up?
Yeah, besides the Coinbase wallet integration, I'm personally excited about the DAOs. The DAO should be coming out very soon as well. There's been so much effort that's gone into it behind the scenes on that. I'm looking forward to be able to speak about that more publicly, but stay tuned for that. Definitely start looking at which planets you want to take over with your community. It's really incredible.
Which planet are you eyeing, Max?
Oh, I think I'm looking at Neri and possibly Neron.
Neron is where it's at. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Infeld, thanks so much for your time today, Max. Truly appreciate it.
Cool. Awesome. Great to see you, David.
Coinbase and Alien Worlds? Sounds like a match made in heaven. Don't forget, you still have a few minutes left to submit your best description of any of the terrains on any of the 6 physical planets in the game in the chat, along with your Wax wallet address to receive an Alien Worlds NFT. We might even read your entry on the air at the end of today's show. But first, here's Ben McGowan with part 2 of his lore reading.
We return now to the recently unearthed story concerning the loss of the fabled library of Lataviom. Now, that loss was not the result of a natural disaster, but one of the numerous wars that have raged across Nauron over the centuries. The great warlord Anastis, known as the Grey Harbinger, sought to take complete control of the library from its custodians. His armies laid siege to it for 136 days. However, the library's defensive shield was impenetrable, and its inhabitants completely self-sufficient. The warlord's scouts, however, eventually found a small flaw in the barrier that the armor's sappers were able to exploit, creating a breach that on the 136th day saw Anastis striding up the library's steps to confront the lead custodian. Anastis demanded their immediate surrender, offering them a rare chance for mercy. The custodian, however, merely smiled. "You shall not have the knowledge here, warmonger. You're not worthy. Instead, this shall be your and our too. You have convinced us that the knowledge collected here is the source of too much strife, that the races of this and neighboring systems are not mature enough to use it wisely." The custodian raised a hand clad in a curious-looking glove and made a fist. Such a simple gesture, yet the effect was tumultuous. Great rumbling overtook the entire area, and the library began to sink into the sands, dragging the surrounding oasis, Anastis, and most of his armies with it. So, we can surmise from this account that the library, or what may remain of it, is in fact somewhere beneath the desert sands. Where exactly, who's to say? And there's no way of knowing what technology still exists down there, protecting the place from the prying probings of our scanning technology. Something for explorers to ponder, perhaps, as they mine precious trillium across Nauron's enormous desert.
Welcome to the season. What a show it's been today. Wow, what a season. I truly appreciate everyone taking time to join us today and for the entire season. At the end of the day, this is what Alien World's all about, sharing your content, your creativity. So if there's anything that you're thinking of creating, please do that and submit it to us. We'll try to include it in season 2. But now it's that time in the show where we're going to read your entries from today's contest. So let's have a quick look. V. Taylor Neri is a striped planet with a large forest and sandy areas. I love it, Nate. I thought he said stripped planet. I don't know. We could have played on that a lot there. Brutus, Magor, most hostile due to volcanic activity. I love it. I love it, Nate. You'll be getting an Alien Worlds NFT at the end of this show. Zludu, is that right? Excuse me if I butchered your name, I apologize. Veles is a beautiful planet with many islands and beaches. There's also an area covered with snow and ice. I love it, mate. You'll be receiving an Alien Worlds NFT as soon as we wrap this stream up. Bart Dude, Elvion has the best fertile lands in the ecosystem. I love it. I love it, mate. We need some raunchy ones. No, I'm just joking. You guys are doing an absolute great job of describing the planets. Here we go. BDAO. Neri has the best trolls in animal life. Well, that's good to know. At least we didn't get any trolls in the chat today. Am I right? The Big Lebowski. I appreciate you tuning in, mate. Neron has the cleanest drinking water in the metaverse for those that didn't know. It absolutely does. Neron is actually the only planet in the metaverse with a water treatment facility. So you might want to think about that when deciding where to call home in the metaverse. Esky 31. Neron is a mountainous terrain, rocky and grassy terrain with lakes and a sandy desert. It absolutely is. Mining on Neron will do you wealth. Many wealthy Neronites have formed. They call them the water barons. Absolutely. The only planet in the metaverse with clean drinking water. Keep that in mind. Call me traitor. Magor is a planet rich in trillium minerals. I'm stuck in a rocky desert with no water, no shade. The only thing that makes me happy is the beautiful sunrises and sunsets that I can watch here while digging trillium. Call me traitor. Thanks so much, mate. Also appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Almost every time we stream, it does not go unnoticed. You will be receiving an Alien Worlds NFT at the end of the stream. Hey, as soon as we wrap this show up today, everyone hop on over to our newly created Indian Telegram group. We've shared links in the chat throughout the show, and they'll be running a trivia session and awarding even more Alien Worlds NFTs. How can it get much better, folks? Also, don't forget to check out our official Discord announcements. Loads of stuff going on in the metaverse today. The Global NFT Summit is coming up in a bit, where our very own Sarojini McKenna and Ed Evans will be speaking live. So please check that out. Links in the official Discord. So much going on, guys. Truly appreciate everyone joining us. We're going to go ahead and wrap up season 1, but we truly appreciate the support. And until next time, explorers, take care of yourselves and each other.